letting people in slowly into the thank you so much for coming. We've got a good number of people, a very good number of people. People keep joining. This is fantastic. Here we go. And it really will, we're looking to be half an hour. Kate and I are focused on half an hour to half an hour and then questions for like 5 minutes. So everyone can get back to their days. And we really hope that we won't gabble and that what we're trying to say will be succinct and informative. I'm just admitting people. Oh my goodness me, I think, oh my goodness, I got 40 people, 40 participants. Wow, that is absolutely amazing. Oh, and oh God, more coming. Problem is I'm talking and having to admit at the same time. I need somebody else to be admitting people, but I'm the host. So, and then we will set go. I'll start to share my screen now. Oh, I can't see my things. I share my screen. I can't actually see the waiting room anymore. Let me just stop sharing just for 2 seconds to see if there's any more in the waiting room, because there are.
Naomi, if you make me co-host, it's Caroline. I can do the waiting room while you do the screen.
That is a very good idea, Caroline. Okay, you'll co-host, Caroline, and I'll share screen. Fantastic. Oh, sensible people. Right. Right. Well, thank you everybody so much for joining us. I'm absolutely blown over by the amount of people that we have in this meeting today, which is, I hope, testament to everybody's understanding of how important this is and how much you will gain from becoming a mentor with the Talent Tap. So as I said, this is going to be a short, sharp presentation, which will give you a taster of what it's going to be like to be a mentor, and really, hopefully, allow you to see whether you would like to be a mentor with the Talent Tap, and if so, giving you the tools that you'll need to actually join the platform. So I am doing this with Kate Margerson from Guida, and Guida are the platform that we've been working with for the last few months to really set up a program that we think will make it very, very easy to mentor, be very beneficial, and also give us the data behind the scenes to make sure that we are making the impact that we want to make through our program. So what is mentoring? It's establishing the difference between having a goal and having a plan. All our mentees, all the students that join us, they do have a goal. They know where they want to get in life, or roughly what they want to achieve, even if they don't know exactly the kind of career paths they want to make, or exactly how they're going to get there. So what we're doing through mentoring is asking you to help them to have a plan of how they're going to get to where they want to be. So our mentoring program has been designed to engage, inspire, and to empower our students, the students that work with us. But it's going to have, for you, you will actively help to shape a young person's future. You're basically going to use only the skills that you already have to do this, and you're going to use your experience in the workplace to inspire others. The great thing about mentoring is that you're volunteering your time, often through, you have volunteering hours in your office, in your workplace of work, but you will be able to see very obvious, tangible results. And I actually have seen through looking at the people who are here that some of you have already mentored for the Talent Tap, and I know it's been a very rewarding experience. So it's great that you've come see us again. We hope that it'll help you to enhance your own communication skills, increase your motivation, and learn a lot from our students of new perspectives of what they must bring to the table through their cognitive and social diversity that they have. So our vision from this scheme is that every student that comes onto our scheme should have access to a mentor. Now, we've been obviously running the Talent Tap for a number of years. Some of our students have been with us for 2 or 3 years, and it's the students that are in the latter stages at present that we are asking to become mentees, students that are over 18 in age, so that we don't have to worry about safeguarding, and students that, because they've been with us for a year or two, have a real understanding of where they want to go. Now, after the summer, when we take a new cohort of students, there will be more opportunities for them to then join our mentoring scheme. So if we find that maybe you haven't been matched with the student straight away, we will open the round up again in August, September time, when our students that we've hosted in the summer are over 18 and will have more of an understanding of what they can gain from the mentoring program that we are able to provide. And we hope that the relationships that you build with your mentee could be long-standing and sustain even the program, which we're saying is about 8 to 10 sessions, and maybe it's a relationship that it can go on through your careers, which would be our ultimate vision and goal. So, as I said, we have joined with Guider to achieve this, and as you can see, Guider have got a number of brands that they already work with, and we were really impressed by the attitude of Guider and the simplicity of their platform. And we felt that because they'd actually worked with EY on their mentoring of young people, we really could learn from this and therefore use their skill sets to make everything work for us. So I don't know how many of you have had a personal experience in mentoring before. I know some of you had, but it doesn't matter if you haven't had an experience at all, because it's not rocket science. As I said, it's basically doing what you already can do. So the definition of mentoring is the act or process of helping and guiding another person to support their own personal development. And we have to bust myths that mentors do not need to be senior in an organisation. You've just got to use the experience you have. Even if you're a graduate and you've recently joined an organisation, you are further along the line than the mentees, and you can use your experience of how you've got into the workplace you are now to support our students. Obviously, some of you will be a lot further down your career paths, and that is great. Mentors and mentees should be similar. Again, that's not necessary. It's not necessarily your often opposites can give a totally different perspective on someone's issues or where someone wants to go. So similarities are, you just got to have common goals and common ideals, and that should be matched through the Guide or program that we're using. Mentoring doesn't only benefit the mentee. You will gain a lot from your experience that you can bring into communication skills and just an understanding of other cognitive diversity from our mentees, which hopefully could help you in the workplace. And mentoring could be reciprocal. They could give you feedback as well. And so it's almost like you can use the mentoring and your mentee to have this reciprocal relationship. Now, we are offering, I feel like I'm just talking at you, sorry, and I can't even see you because I'm speaking to my presentation. But we're offering 2 types of mentoring: sustained mentoring and something we call flash mentoring. So the sustained mentoring is the program I've really kind of marketed to you already, which is more long-term. It will be 8 to 10 sessions, and it'll be a one-on-one relationship with one mentee, and really you will grow in your relationship. And you'll continue to goal set throughout it. So it might be when you start and you have an initial session, the mentee has one goal, but from the relationship you'll grow, the goals will develop, and you can add them as you go along. But we also have a very, very useful flash mentoring, which we hope you'll sign up to too. And flash mentoring is a one-off short, sharp session. It might be that if you say I'm really happy to be a flash mentor, I'm happy to look at CV, then it could be that a mentee gets in touch with you, says, I've got a CV, I'm just about to apply to an internship, could you have a look at it? And you can and they'll send you the CV, you can have a half-hour session going through their CV, and then you move on. So that is also incredibly beneficial. And before we do our summer program at the Talent App, we hope to flash mentor every student that comes to us. So we will have about 100 and 120 students this year, and we hope that each student will have a half-hour session where they can discuss maybe their fears of coming on the scheme and coming to London. So you maybe can help them align some of those things, or you can help them to make the most of the time that they will spend with us, or you could talk to them just about when you started a new job, what it felt like, and give them some tips that you've learned along the way. So flash mentoring is very important in the pastoral care that we hope to help our students. Basically, we take our students every year for 2 weeks in the summer, and we give them a full-on absolutely immersive experience where they come, do a residential program and come into your businesses. But to be able to continue the care throughout the year, that's where we need your help, be it sustained or so they can just drop in and out. So that's where we are hoping that you can support us. And Kate will show you how you can sign up to both sustained and flash mentoring on the program. So mentoring best practice. Bear in mind, I will share this presentation with everybody, but there are 4 key areas. There's trust, growth, support, and taking action. So you start off and you gain trust from the mentee. You gain a relationship. You make sure that people can open up, that they understand that it's confidential, that it's a safe place, and you both get to know each other. Then you grow in this relationship, and that's by providing feedback, asking open questions, challenging their perceptions. You support them. You definitely don't do all the talking. You listen to them, you understand, and then you feed back. Always let your mentee lead, listen, and through the listening, you will then feel that you'll be able to give advice. And then you help them to take action. You can't just listen. They have to set a goal, and they have to have, action points that they achieve. It has to be smart what you're doing with them. And so throughout your time, you'll be able to see this growth and development in the relationship that you have. And if you can step back from where you first started to where you ended, you should be able to see some goals that you've hit along the way. So as I said, how it works, we have a minimum of 8 monthly sessions. We look to them being only 45 minutes, so you have 15 minutes of prep time yourself. So it's basically an hour a month that you will you support your student with. And as I said, you will start each session with setting a goal, and that goal can be achieved in the session or can be achieved over multiple sessions and until you come out at the end. There doesn't actually have to be an end date. If you're getting on well and you can see there's mileage and going on for longer, then do that as well, because obviously the mentee will be developing all the time, and their lives will be changing rapidly, much more of course than our lives will be changing. Topics you might talk about could be job searching, improving confidence, helping with CVs and applications, understanding of the workplace, understanding often the plethora all the different opportunities. And we think that confidence is very high up in our agenda, giving them the confidence to network, giving them the confidence to understand all the different areas that they can go into. So, and for you, it helps you greatly. It helps you with your self-confidence, your communication skills, empathy, listening, exposure to new perspectives. So it is a win-win situation. We really feel that. And this is just one of our mentors from last year, Sunil from FTI, and I know there are a number of people from FTI on this presentation today. He Sunil works in marketing and he works in Dubai, and he mentored Hanan, who is an aspiring lawyer. And you can look him up on LinkedIn and see this post. It was just a phenomenal post, which really shows in a nutshell everything that you can achieve as a mentor. He really helped Hanan by introducing her to lots of his colleagues or friends that were aspiring and lawyers and female lawyers. He did sessions with her, like how you track changes in Word. He basically looked at skills that he knew that he could impart to support Hanan in her future. And throughout the time that she was with Sunil, she graduated from university. She got introduced to an organisation through the Talent Tap, Flex Legal, who then gave her an insight into working with Eversheds. So she is working with Eversheds, and she's doing Sunil helped her to put her application together to go to law school. So even though he's not a lawyer himself, the extra that he was able to give her has really made Hanan fly, and I know she is eternally grateful, and they are still keeping in touch. So this is what you can get from your mentoring and the pride that you could have for being a mentor. So I'm going to hand myself over to, I've done enough talking now. So I'm going to hand over to Kate to introduce herself and show you how our exciting new platform works. So Kate, do you want to, shall I just stop talking so you can, so we can see you, and then I will start sharing again and you can go through your presentation.
Perfect. Thanks, Naomi. So yes, so hi everyone. So I'm Kate, and I've been working with Naomi sort of on the technical side of things to get the program up and running. And I'm going to give you a quick demo of the platform. Naomi, you're going to share your screen to play the video?
Yeah, I will share my screen again. Right. Perfect. So this is the demo, and Kate, you can talk through this.
Fantastic. So after this session, Naomi's going to email you all out a link to your landing page, which is what you're seeing here. There's a whole bunch of information on here, so I would definitely suggest giving that a read over. Then you're just going to simply click through to become a mentor. Okay, so now we're going to set up our account in 5 easy steps. So firstly, by just setting an email and a password. And then the second step, just popping in name, sort of job title, and your location. Nothing too out of the ordinary here. The third sort of step is where it becomes a little bit more interesting. We're actually going to input our skills and how you are going and what you're going to be able to offer as a mentor. So the first little step here is to select your skills. What I would like to highlight to you is we've got the options of flash mentoring and sustained mentoring here. Please select both or either or, which would you like to offer, as long as any other skills that you think you can sort of add value to someone else. We always say you do not have to be an expert. If you feel you can add a little value and help someone else, go ahead and pop your skills in. The second portion here is just telling us a little bit more about yourself, what you do in your sort of spare time, and just sort of formulating a little bit of a bio that your mentees are going to be able to read. And then finally, popping in a photograph at the bottom here. There we go. We can preview our profile if we so wish, and then we can proceed. What I suggest we definitely do is to integrate your calendar if possible. We can work with Google or Office 365. By integrating your calendar, it just stops you having to manually input your calendar, which is totally fine if you wish to, but you might just but it's just more simple just to integrate the calendar for you there. And then your final step here, and you're setting your communication preference. You can choose between sort of phone, Google, MS Teams, whichever you wish. So now we're into the dashboard of the program here. I just would like to sort of highlight the availability, which I just touched on. There we can see that we integrated the calendar, because what I just want to highlight here is that your mentee will not be able to see what is in your diary, simply just when you're available. As you can see here, they would then be able to choose any available slot. But if you prefer to manually enter certain sessions, you of course can do that too. From the settings here on the top right-hand drop down, you're able to amend the info we've just popped in. You can amend any of those settings, and there's also the option to hide your profile here, which you can do if you just don't want to be chosen for a specific amount of time. Then we have the Learning Hub as well, which just has a whole host of content for both your mentees and for the mentors, just to help you sort of set your agenda and just sort of help you on your journey. And I believe there's a second video, Naomi.
Yeah, there is a second video. I just wanted to understand, Kate, if somebody integrates their calendar, I need, in terms of timings, we want you to sign up really in the next couple of weeks so that you will start to get on our platform. And then we're going to open it up to the mentees so they can then be starting at the beginning of March to booking in a time to see you and to book in and once you've basically been matched with a mentee, they would then ask for the first session. But with the calendar integration then, Kate, it will keep going, won't it? Because we're really not looking to start integrating until March.
Yes, no, they will still be going. That's why I suggest integrating the calendar. So the sessions are just in. So then once the mentees join, they'll be able to select their session.
Okay. Okay, I'm just now going to try and work out how to go to the next session. Oh, maybe I have to stop share and then move on. Hold on a sec. Hold the line, caller. Okay, so, and then I can go back to, can you see that? No.
Not yet.
Sorry, I need to, I need to come out. Here we go. Share screen. Go back to the screen I've shared. Now I can't find it. Sorry, everybody. Now my technology's going to. It's going to not allow me to share the screen, but I will do this. I will manage to do this. Show all windows. Sorry. Here we go. PowerPoint. Share. Here we go.
Perfect.
There
we go. Yes, fantastic.
Okay.
You just want to do you want to press present?
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, fab. So now I just wanted to now show you what the dashboard will look like once you have your mentee on board. So this is the relationship card of where where everything's going to sit with your mentee. This is the email that they would have sort of sent through to you, and you'll be able to see the date that they've scheduled their session. You do have the option to decline the match if you so wish. But what you could do is go ahead and join your session straight from here. And then once that session has been completed, you can just select that intro session done. And then once the screen loads, you're going to be able to pop in your notes and any agenda you may have set. You can also amend the session, the date or the length of the session from there. So what's the nice thing about having everything on that one page is you'll be able to take your notes, set your goals, which I'll show you now, and then also rearrange. Your mentee is going to be able to rearrange and reschedule your meetings and your sessions straight from this page. If at any point you wish to conclude the relationship, you can select conclude now, and it'll give you a little reason as to why you wanted to conclude. And then just the goal setting category here, this is mainly for the mentees to pop in their goals, but it's quite nice, sort of something which sits outside of just your general sort of notes and agenda. So you can sort of pop in sort of what the goal might be, set a milestone, and a timeline to achieve that. And you can set as many goals as you want. The goal setting is quite a nice features quite nicely to help you sort of structure your sessions and sort of give you obviously both something to work towards and a little bit of an agenda. And that is pretty much it from the platform. So yes, of course, we will do a Q&A. So if you have any questions, you can let us know at the end.
Great, thank you. Doesn't seem to want to let me move on. Yeah, here we go. Yes, so what happens next is that we sign up to the platform, and once you've signed up, you can check out the resources in the Learning Hub, which is at the top of the page, and it's really easy to see, and there are so many different resources that you can see. The mentees will be onboarded after half term, so in the last weeks of February, ready to start mentoring at the beginning of March. So you will look at a mentor session March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. That would be 10 months. The mentee will request the first mentoring session from you. Once they've put in their information, they will be matched via this form, which is just revolutionary for the Talent Hub, because we were matching everybody ourselves last year, which was just a lot of names and a lot of information. And this, hopefully the algorithms and the way this works and all the information that you've put in should make sure that you get a really good match. But of course, you must have a chemistry call first to see whether you think you guys will work. And if you do work, then great, continue, and you can start discussing when you want to have next sessions. Even if you then look at your diaries and say, well, let's have it now, then we suggest that the mentee goes back onto the dashboard to put in the next session, so that the dashboard is making keeping track of everything you do. And we really do hope that you do put notes onto the dashboard, because it's so important for us in terms of understanding the impact that we are creating, because the reason we're doing this is to make sure that we are giving a really good service to our mentees, and that we are creating tangible impact, and that everything that you're doing is leading towards an end goal. So it's really helpful to us to be able to keep track of all the meetings that you've had. We don't need to know the ins and outs. We're not going to be recording it. It's up to you to have these discussions, but we do hope to keep track of the amount of sessions that have been made. Another thing that's really important to say is that all our mentees are 18 and above, and that the Talent App have a very strong safeguarding policy that we can share with you if you need. But you are obviously mentoring consenting adults, but there is a code of practice that we have got written in two places on the program. There's a code of practice that you'll see on the first page of the program, and you have to tick that you've read the code of practice to be able to go through and become a mentor. So this is binding, and this is really important to us. But if you feel at any stage that there is issues with safeguarding, then please do get back in touch with the Talent App, and we have the processes in place to help you to do that. As I said, the Learning Hub is fascinating. The little videos, they're really helpful. I promise you, I've looked at some of them myself and have been really inspired by them, and they help you to understand how to be a mentor, how to set goals, and how to build your relationship, and many other things. And obviously, as Kate said, there's a mentoring handbook as well, which you can get from all the Learning Hub, which again can help you to write down how to do things and how to support your mentor. So that is, in a nutshell, very quick half an hour, 28 minutes of us explaining our mentoring. Do you have any questions? I think if you have a question, because I can't see everybody because I'm filming, I'm full screen, then if you could just unmute and ask it, that would be really helpful.
I was just wondering, because you said at the beginning that the age of the mentees right now is going to be above 18, and then in October it could be 16 to 18. What's the longer term goal in terms of the mix of that? Will it move all to 16 to 18 or?
So I didn't mean to say 16 to 18. I mean, they will be 18 in October. So,
right.
So all the students that are still at school in year 13 right now, when they've come on our scheme over the summer, they will then be at university, and that's when they can hit the program. But what we've tried to do right now is only work with the students. We are kind of our alumni that we've already worked with. They've already been with us for a year. They're definitely 18, and they're definitely further on their career path because they've had some insight into the Talent App already. We don't mentor school students. We're mentoring
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Thanks, Kayla. Any other questions?
Hi Naomi, it's me, Sana from Cytiva. We've spoken before. It's a great presentation. Thank you so much. I thought for those of a few of the team might be new to understanding a bit more about the actual students that you have at Talent App. So could you just tell us a bit more about sort of the demographic and who these students are? Obviously, not in all detail names, etc., but just where they come from and why you're helping particularly this demographic.
Yes, of course. So we are a social mobility charity, And it's quite pertinent at the moment because with the new Levelling Up white paper that's just come out. But what we do as a charity is we access students from hard to reach social mobility cold spots across the UK that are looking for professional roles in industry, but don't have the upbringing, the finances to achieve work experience goals from this. So basically, we look at barriers to opportunity, the main barriers for our students being geographic barriers and socioeconomic barriers, which means that if they're looking to get work experience and to further their careers and get into graduate roles, it's much harder for them. So we break down the barriers by bringing them to the opportunity. Much of what we do is bringing them to work experience placements, and we do that currently in London over the summer, but we are also opening a hub in Manchester for 2023. But to make sure that our care is not just 2 weeks a year, we have devised a mentoring scheme whereby the students can also have one-on-one support to help them grow, and that's to grow their networks, to grow in confidence, to grow their aspirations and their understanding of what's out there. Because quite frankly, from the places they come from, they don't have, and they have a short understanding of what they want to be it a lawyer or in IT or something like that. But we're going to give them the breadth of understanding to help them really succeed in their futures. I hope that was helpful.
That's great. Yeah, thank you. Thanks, Naomi.
Also, you can see it on our website, thetalenttap.com, www.thetalenttap.com. We are launching a new website which is going live literally this weekend, which is really exciting, which should give you a greater understanding of everything that we do and all the areas which businesses can support us moving forwards. Any other questions?
Yeah, thanks very much for the presentation. Just going to ask how many mentees you have at the moment and how many maybe you expect to have.
Right, well, at present, I know we've got about 40 mentees that have signed up to want to work with us. We should have some more over the next couple of weeks. But as I said, that's just because those are our returning students that they're coming through, and we're waiting for them to fully engage, because we've only just explained the mentoring to them. But for the flash mentoring, we should have about 120 students in the summer that will want to be flash mentored or pop in and out of mentoring now, be it between now and the summer. And then with that, there will be a cohort of 100 students that we will definitely have on the mentee scheme from September onwards. So it's growing. So I'm not sure wholly if we have more mentors to mentees, but the fact that the flash mentoring is there means there will always be opportunities for everyone. And hopefully when you understand more about what we do, you will see some of the other volunteering opportunities that we have. For example, we ask a lot of people to help us to interview students in May for our next cohort of students. And again, that's a really interesting and engaging experience. And I know Michaela, who just asked a question, she interviewed our students this summer, and I think it was a great experience. So there are lots of different opportunities as well. Does that answer your question, Joseph?
Yes, thank you. That's great.
Any more questions? If you have any other questions offline, then please do email either myself or team@thetalenttap.com, which was on the sign up form that we had. And if I can't answer the questions, then I will diverse to Kate to answer them as well. So even if you just have a bit of a play around and have a look at the platform and try and sign up, if there's any problems, please do let us know, and we will endeavour to come straight back to you with any advice or guidance. Does anyone else have any other questions? So if not, then I'm really pleased that we're only on 35 minutes, and I hope that the information will stick. I will get a register of everybody that has attended, and so through that I will send out the presentation, so you can see that as well, which I hope will help a bit more. And if you know of anybody else who would be interested in volunteering from the Talent App, then please do spread the word, because we're always open to getting more people involved with our organisation. So thank you so much, everybody, for your time. I can't tell you how rewarding and appreciating it is for us as a charity, and we'll hopefully see you soon. Many thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.